Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Fly the Flag podcast. This is a mortgage show for mortgage people talking about mortgage things. And this is future Mike Mfaraci and future Jonny Fowler. We actually just got done with a long recording session that we figured is so good. We're going to split it into two podcasts. So what you're about to see is our chat about content creation and mortgage and how to be successful with video content. We're going to toss you back to past versions of ourselves, but we hope you enjoy.
By the way, congratulations on your 1 year anniversary with AFN.
My second 1 year anniversary. Thank you. Thank you. I actually emailed my boss about that, Mr. Gwynn, and said, wow, man, you step away for 1 year and it's a hard reset back into a 1 year service award. And he told me that if we wanted to, we could combine my previous 7 years with the current 1 year. And I said, I'm just going to worry about that when the total reaches 10, and we'll talk about it then. But for now, I think we're set.
Maybe you can get like a tube of Gorilla Glue and then glue the 1 year on top of the
seven. About what I need is a little pin that's just a plus symbol.
There you go.
I can do my previous one plus my new one, and I could just wear it like my coat lapels can just be full of pins.
Exactly.
At the conference. No, it'll be good. But anyway, enjoy our talk about content creation. I feel like there's a lot of value in here for a lot of you. So here's that.
Well, I was fixing to say, I'm going to throw this out here because I've been watching your stuff. And I've been watching most of your things that I see LinkedIn, and why you're still on that antiquated system, Microsoft stuff, I don't know.
B2B,
but
dude.
I will tell you that I am so impressed with your content. I am so impressed with your videos. I am so impressed. One of the biggest things, so many people think that doing video is scary and I don't know what to say and I don't know what to do and people are going to laugh at me or whatever it is. And overcoming that fear is a big thing. But then the next thing is not only content, but timing. And your timing is just so great. I'm watching the videos of you pushing the, for lack of a better term, I'm going to call it a stroller. Things like that.
That's what it is. It's a stroller. For our European friends, a buggy.
Okay. I didn't know if it was politically. It's been a long time since I pushed one of those, so I didn't know if it was politically correct.
I call it a stroller. That's good enough for me.
But your timing is so good. Your audio is so good. I am so impressed with what you're putting out there. And I think it's just proof that any old idiot can put together video.
100%. Absolutely. I am proof positive that an idiot can put together video.
I think your stuff is great.
I got a tip for everybody who's actually on here watching and listening, because it's great that you actually cited how much you like the audio quality, because as I'm pushing that stroller, the camera I'm shooting on is an iPhone 12 Pro, 2-year-old phone. And I don't have it flipped around to use the nice camera array. It's just using the selfie camera on the front. And guess what microphone I'm using? The built-in microphone for the iPhone 12 Pro. But there's this little tool called Adobe Podcast Voice Enhance.
Okay.
Set yourself up a free Adobe account. Go to Adobe. Actually, it's podcast.adobe.com/enhance. It's a free voice enhance audio repair tool, so to speak. And it will allow you to upload an MP3, just an audio file that's up to an hour long. So what I do is I pop those videos into my editing software and I just export an MP3. First thing I do, export a video or export an audio file only, and then I upload it into Adobe. And the results are amazing. Here, listen to this. I actually have a side-by-side comparison of what this does to audio. Please let me know if you can just nod when I press play, if you can hear this. I think the audio is going to come through, but I'm not 100% sure. But listen to this. This is a test. I'm just sitting here talking shop into the microphone that's built in to my 2019 MacBook Pro. And then after you run it through that free piece of software, this is a test. I'm just sitting here talking shop into the microphone that's built in to my 2019 MacBook Pro. It's free. Yes, it's an AI-based tool. They're using AI to do that. But oh my goodness, it does wonders. And let me tell you, this thing is all but a non-thought to anybody who is looking to obtain gear anymore. Do you need a USB microphone? If you're doing live stuff, getting a nice microphone is going to help a lot, because you can't do this live. It is a post-recording piece of editing software or an editing tool. But the fact that you can just talk to the camera that's built into your computer or your phone, or not the camera, the microphone that's built into your computer, your phone, whatever it is, and then run it through a free tool, which takes all of about 30 seconds to work. And then I download that new audio file, pop it into the editing software to replace the audio. And all of a sudden it sounds like you're in a freaking studio for free. I
was going to ask
do you have any idea the level of audio editor or audio engineer that it would take for as a human being to actually make those edits and clean that up? It's insane.
I was watching your videos and I was rewinding back and forth to try and find where your lav mic was. And I was trying, and I'm trying, it's one of those things, because I've been doing this for years.
Yep.
And I'm looking to see, all right, is he wearing the wireless dongle mic on his, and I'm looking all over your lapels, all of that. And I'm thinking, well, maybe he's doing something like he's got a mic wired to him, but no, because you would pick up the cloth rubbing against the mic and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was trying to, and then there's a point where there's a shadow that's cast over you and I can kind of see, and I'm thinking maybe this guy has gone and done something insane and he has some sort of like Shure mic or something.
Do I have a boom mic hanging off the stroller?
I was waiting to see a boom mic, that you had hanging off of the stroller or something like that. So I'm glad you told us what that is. It would be awesome. And I don't know if we screw it, do it anyway. Put the link in the
I'll put the link in the description.
Yeah.
I'll put the link in the description
because it is
of the YouTube version of this. And here's another little tip that I've learned. When you're recording yourself like this, don't hold the phone like this.
No.
Okay. Hold the phone like this. And what's happening here is that the microphone is located down there.
Yep.
And if you're cupping your hand around that microphone, then your hand is going to act like an audio filter to filter out everything around it and filter in your voice.
Correct.
That's coming from can you see me there? Yeah. That's coming from the front. That method, or if you're recording yourself horizontally, it's really easy to hold it horizontally like this. But if you take the time to just cup that little microphone and hold it like that, it's going to give you better audio quality. Now that tool is going to clean up your audio really well if you choose to use it. Personally, every short video that I publish, I'm using that unless I'm already using a nice microphone like this. And it takes me all of about 2 minutes to perform that task of export the audio file, upload it, click the button, export the enhanced audio file, and then replace it. It's a 2-minute process. And that 2-minute process, when you do edit a video, is going to save you the money it would cost to purchase a much nicer microphone or a wireless lavalier system or something like that. So you can spend a little bit of time, or you can spend a little bit more than a little bit of money. It's completely up to you and your preferences. But I like the editing software. It's awesome. And the better the audio file is that you give it, the better it's going to do.
Yeah.
So,
So by cupping
your hand around the
you're making it a
microphone is
little
going to
bit
give you a
better.
better audio file, and then that is going to allow the editing tool to do an even better job when it cleans everything up for you.
Walking into the wind instead of walking with the wind, little things like that.
Absolutely.
You just did something when you were turning your phone. You just did something that I have to teach people all the time. You'll watch them and it's going to be. I can't do it very well. I'll try and do it with my left hand. But what I have to show people all the time is not to hold your phone like this.
And it gets really easy to do that, especially if you're using like a pop socket or something to hold onto your phone, which adds fantastic stability. But you got to make sure that you're not blocking your microphone.
That's the big thing.
You should really make sure that you are kind of cupping that microphone to give yourself a better, it's just a better audio space to record in.
One more massive tip. Actually, I'm going to give two. Go into your camera settings. Make sure that you're recording at the highest per second rate that your phone will allow. The second one that
you're talking about frame rate.
Sorry.
So like 30 to 30 frames per second, 60 frames per second, things like that. Just one thing to note, because it depends on how much memory you have in your phone. The higher your frame rate, just so you know, frame rate is
a tremendous amount of memory.
Video is just a series of still images.
Yep.
That's it's basically a high-tech flip book is what we're creating. So 30 frames per second means that there's 30 images per second that is being laced together to create your video. 60 frames per second will smooth everything out because you're doubling the frame rate. Now you have 60 still images per second laced together to create your video, but it is going to eat up more storage. So
no ifs, ands, or buts.
To think about if you're wondering why your phone's always running out of storage, that might be why.
Yeah, and hopefully you're not storing your videos on your phone, or if you are, hopefully you have spent the 99 cents a month to have 50 megabytes of storage with Apple on your download
cloud space.
The other one that I want to make sure that people know and understand, and I'm glad you said that about so much of it is on your phone, because honestly, that's going to be the best video camera most anybody ever has, and it is good enough that they actually film feature films on iPhones to prove that point. Now, audio is always something that you need to pay attention to. Make sure that you are. If it is difficult for you to cup the phone, things like that, I do recommend buying the lavalier mics. Buy the ones, if you'll go in and type in wireless lapel mic, Amazon, it will show you a little kit where there's two microphones. I recommend doing that because it costs just a little bit more to get two. But then when you lose one or break one, you always have the other. When you're doing two people in a video, you've got two microphones, which makes it much easier. I don't know how that software works when you have two voices on the same recording. You probably should test that. But going even deeper or farther than that is paying attention to your surroundings, paying attention to light, all of those things. Make sure, and I tell people all the time, record, rehearse. We did this morning. I had a real estate agent call me yesterday. He went out to do a video at a property he's trying to sell. I told him that I would meet him out there. Then I found out it was quite a distance away from me. So I called Scott Middleton and, hey, Scott, run out there, help him, show him how to do this, show him how to record it. So if you don't know exactly how to do it, YouTube videos are wonderful, but find somebody who's done this before. It will make all the difference in the world before you frustrate yourself to all get out.
If anybody wants to reach out to me directly, just do that. I have no problems walking you through.
Can you do me a favor and either put like your website or your information somewhere on here? Because I think that's necessary. And it's not just individuals. I'm talking about complete companies. I'm talking about real estate brokerages. I'm talking about title companies. I met some guys last week that are killing it in the inspection business 27,000 inspections in the past 12 years, I believe it was. So they're absolutely killing it. And all of those people need just a little bit of help, a little bit of advice. So if you could put your information in here, I would appreciate that for me.
There you go. It's right there under my name now. I just edited it. That's my new website. It's a little side project I'm starting up. It's still pre-launch, but it gives a nice contact form where people can reach out to me for basically any reason. If they're interested in professional video services, or they just want a little consultation, so we can get on the horn and I can help you through whatever you need to help, whatever you need help with, whether it's a video content strategy or it's video creation or gear recommendations, whatever you want.
Is there some sort of hidden meaning in that URL?
It's not very hidden. For those who haven't made much video, when you do pull up a video camera on your phone or you record with a video camera, the record button is always red. And then the whole mission with the new little startup is to just encourage people to get out there and hit the red button and create more video to build their brand. And, anything that I can do to help people do that, I want to do.
Let me back up for 2 seconds.
Yep.
For those of us that are in somewhat of a minority that are colorblind, the record button is brown on most.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Sort of like at the traffic light.
Inconsiderate of me. I'm not considering the colorblind. That's poor of me. But the URL is still catchy, so I'm going to keep it.
No,
maybe I'll also pick up the URL, hit the red and or brown button. We'll see if we can make a website just for Jonny.
For you colorblind people.
That's right. We'll get it done. That's good stuff. What other tips or tricks do you have for video content? Obviously, the phone. We keep pushing people to the phone because the video editing software keeps getting better, and with this growing boom of AI that's available to us, it's being used in all sorts of different ways. It's not just ChatGPT where you can ask it a question, it's going to spit you out some fun answers. It's like the video editing software that I just talked to you about, the Adobe Podcast Voice Enhance. That's an AI-based software, but it's using AI to enhance what humans are creating, which I think is the crux of this whole thing. And the stuff in our pocket, the cameras in our pocket, are so much better than you can ever imagine, as long as you know the right ways to use them, and as long as you're willing to take them out and use them. Ever since I got into photography well over a decade ago, the hard and fast rule when looking at new cameras and looking at lenses and looking at gear is that the best camera is the one you have with you.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter how much you spend on a camera. If it's on a tripod in your studio and you're out somewhere when you have a good idea or when something entertaining is happening, then that camera is the worst camera in the world because it's not with you. You can't use it.
So you asked me for some tips. Here's something that I want people to do and pay attention to. And this is with video, but it's not about the dynamics of or the intricacies of. Right now, there is a massive battle, and it's been going on for about the past 2 years, really heavy for about the past year, between the big media corps. So when I say big media corps, I'm talking about Meta, Alphabet, and TikTok.
Yep.
They are battling for people's views. They are battling.
And in case people are a little bit behind on the company brandings and stuff, Meta is Facebook and Instagram, and Alphabet is Google and YouTube, and TikTok is pretty self-explanatory.
So right now, what I ask people to do, and one of the biggest things if you talk to people, is they think that putting together video is a production, and it doesn't have to be. Here's a couple of tips that I recommend start doing now. So one of the things that I ask people to do is go record 10 videos right now that are somewhere between 27 and 58 seconds long. Just record them. If you're a beginner, only record them and then upload them to each of these systems at the same time every day and be consistent. If you have a little bit of tech savvy to you, upload those MP3s or MP4s into the system. Use their editing software inside of Instagram. Use the editing software inside of Facebook, inside of TikTok, inside of YouTube Shorts. Edit it. Use the music that they're telling you to use.
Agreed.
But if you'll do this, one of the things that people have problems with videos is they think about it. Oh my God, it's a production every single day. And I've got to think about this every single day. And I've got to do it at 2:00 every single day. But if you'll go out and record 10 1-minute videos, it'll take you 15 minutes to do it. Then you've got a week and a half's worth of inventory. You only have to do that 3 times a month. And if you can be consistent with these systems, that is one of the biggest algorithm hacks that there is right now. If you can be consistent with these systems, they can now sell advertisement on your platform, on their media. So if you will do this, this will change your life. And if you've noticed, we've got guys like AJ Bufumo and those guys that are hundreds of thousands of views. Matter of fact, while we're sitting here talking, he just sent me a text message and says, take a look at what I just put on LinkedIn. So as of today, February 9th, 2023 at 1:57 p.m. Central Standard Time, he just sent me that message. His stuff is killing it. We work together on a daily, weekly basis, just getting his stuff. Did you watch his video the other day with him and his son and the piece of chicken?
I didn't see the piece of chicken, but I was a big fan of the Mr. Beast burger series that he did.
Dude, you have to go. I'm serious. You have to go. Matter of fact,
can we clarify for everybody out there? AJ is a mortgage industry professional. That's what he does for a living. And the content that he's hitting with is food reviews, random videos with him and his son, things that have absolutely nothing to do about our industry, because guess what? People love connecting with people, specifically people that they can relate to. And what we do for a living doesn't define us. That's not the only thing that makes us who we are. And putting out that personalized content humanizes you, makes you far more relatable to any viewership base. And it just sets you up for even greater success when you do post about the thing that you're an expert in, when you do post about the thing that you're the thing that you make your paycheck with, the thing that you help people with, that your professional life. John, I know you have a ratio that you recommend that people post personal content versus professional content.
5 to 1.
What's your recommended ratio?
5 to 1. If you post about your job every single day, all the time, I'm going to change that channel because I cannot stand watching that. Real estate agents. This is when we talk about real estate agents. With real estate agents, if they're doing nothing but posting about real estate all day long, and I, as a home buyer, as a purchaser, can only buy a house once every 6 or 7 years, and all you talk about is real estate, I'm going to change that channel because I can't relate to you except for one time every 6 or 7 years. So the
I don't like to ever speak in definites and stuff, because there are people who have had great success doing that. But to become the real estate person that everybody follows for real estate news, to become the mortgage person that hundreds of thousands of people follow just for mortgage news, you have to be posting so much industry related content. You really need to live that. And it gets to a point to where it's probably going to get boring for you. It does get monotonous after a while. Trust me, I tried it. It can help and it can work, but if you're looking to connect with people in your community, if you're looking to grow relationships and networking and things like that, humanizing yourself with personal content is the best way to do that, because people are going to be able to relate to you and they'll probably end up trusting you more.
There is a reason behind being definitive. We don't watch the weather guy every night at 10 o'clock at night. That's why they have weather apps that I can see what's going on at any time I want. There is a definitive, and if you are that person that's all you do, you are paying for the eyeballs on you, and you have to be that 1 in a million. It is a smaller number than making it from junior high football to the NFL for that one person. So everything that I teach and preach is talking about the masses, and it works for the greater population instead of that one. So if you'll think about it, you can only think about if I sat here and ask you, name me a dozen real estate agents that everybody knows. When you say, you're going to be able to name me about 12. You're going to give me Tarek Elamusa. You're going to give me the guy, any of the $1 million listing guys. You're going to give me those guys. But Bob down the street in Oceanside, California, nobody has a clue who he is because of that. So what you have to do is you have to become that person that is theoretical YouTube famous. You have to be that person that people can relate to. Instead,
and I think it's important.
Mr. Beast did nothing but talk about his restaurants every single day. He would not get the views. When he goes out and gives away $250,000, when he gives somebody $10,000, when he puts somebody in a makeshift house and says you have to live here for 100 days to get $100,000, that's what we pay attention to. And that's why he is number one on social media. That's the reason why Gary Vaynerchuk is number one on social media, because if Gary talked about wine every freaking day, so I can be definitive in my response and my answers.
But I think it's an important conversation to have and to address the odds, so to speak. We have to play the odds. We're playing a game here. It's what it is. Every post is a test that you can learn something from. Every change you make to your editing process is an experiment. It's an experiment that you can learn something from. And I just want to make sure that the people who are thinking about getting into video aren't getting discouraged due to low view counts, and they're not really trying to lean into what they see being successful. Because when they hear 5 to 1, 5 personal posts to 1 personal post, lo and behold, there's a pretty good percentage of the population who doesn't have a whole lot of experience in this that's going to say, but what about this guy? He just posts mortgage stuff and they have 200-something thousand followers. It's really important to know that the odds of that happening for you are far lower than the odds of you
trying to sell you a
gaining,
program.
or it's far lower than the odds of you gaining a following by being you.
Yep.
Because you are a person, and whoever it is listen to this, I'm more bullish on human beings than a lot of people are, especially people who lurk around Twitter and see all the negativity on platforms like that. You, as a human, not you, Johnny, you, the watcher, the listener, you're pretty awesome. And you take that for granted because you live with yourself all day, every day. But if you put yourself out there, there are people who are going to relate to you, and they're going to enjoy seeing you live your days. Even if it's just a, hey, got a big day coming up today, or hey, got a small day coming up today. You know what, one of my most viewed posts, and one of the things that I got some of the nicest comments from that I've put up on LinkedIn in the past couple of months was a couple of weeks ago, my 1-year-old son caught his first cold, his first like legit cold. And he had a rough night and he didn't sleep. So me and my wife had a rough night and we didn't sleep, and he had snot running down. And I was sitting there on the couch. It was about 8:30 in the morning. He's in my lap looking half dead. I'm sitting there. My hair's a mess. Everything's pushed to one side. I look the other half dead. It's terrible. So what did I do? I pulled up my phone. I took a picture of us. And I posted it on LinkedIn because it's okay to be human, because it's okay to not wake up during the week and feel lit on fire about how you're going to make today the best day ever. And I wrote a post about how sometimes in the real world, treading water and not falling behind is a Herculean victory. Because when life happens, life happens. So when you see all the motivational posts, if you're just not feeling it, that's okay. Tread your water. Try to stay caught up. And if you end today at the same place you started it, and you're in a better spot to make some progress tomorrow, it's okay to have those days. And I got so many nice comments on that. And the post got a ton of reach because I wasn't trying to educate, and I wasn't trying to inspire. I wasn't trying to be a visionary. You just see that in people's descriptions a lot. I was just trying to be human and just put out a little reminder, which I feel needs to be put out there more often, that it's okay to be human once in a while.
I agree.
And that was kind of that was just kind of a personal post that had a lot of success for me, and I feel like it humanized me and it made me more relatable. And there's probably a few people out there who will pay closer attention to my content moving forward, because I'm not just always talking about content creation and mortgage stuff. There's real life stuff involved also.
One thing you've got to realize is that you are a silent mentor to someone out there. Someone is watching you. They are social stalking you, and they are not letting you know, but you are a mentor. You are a silent mentor to so many people. So that is a good thing. No ifs, ands, or buts. You've got to show that you are real. You've got to be real. You cannot be Facebook famous. No ifs, ands, or buts. No question about it. So,
no, I love that. And if you are fake about it, people will know. People are smarter.
Oh God, yes.
People are smarter than you think they are. You're not fooling anybody.
Yep.
No, that's awesome. Anything else to end our little content creation rant here? I feel like that's a good episode.
I am good. I am looking forward to the one tomorrow.
Yes.
I have purposely not done a tremendous amount. So the one coming up tomorrow, and I'm going to talk about it also tomorrow, but the one coming up tomorrow is I'm looking at some pictures on social media of one of our branches and a group of realtors that are together. And I'm looking, and I know one of the branch managers that's in the picture personally.
Okay.
And he is a massive human being. He is your size, and he could be an inch or two taller.
Okay. I'm 6'4" for everybody out there. I know the camera doesn't do it justice, but I'm on the taller side.
So you being 6'4" is the same thing as being 8 feet.
I'm the guy that Johnny asks for help getting something off the top shelf.
There you go. So our branch manager is about your same size. He's the one who's got the kid that plays college ball and all that other stuff.
Okay.
And I'm looking at this picture, and in this picture, there is this guy that's making him look. It looks like you and I standing beside each other. And I am by no means any small human being, but when you and I stand beside each other, I'm your little brother looking thing. So I'm looking at this picture of these two guys standing beside each other, and I call him up and I say, Scott, is this guy standing on a box, or is he that much bigger than you? And he goes, no, he is bigger than I am. Not a whole lot, because, he all of a sudden he got, no, he's not that much,
Yeah, sure.
But he said, you got to know this guy's story. And I said, well, tell me what it is. And he said, so about a year ago, this guy was heavy set, overweight. He was kind of down in the dumps, gloomy, things like that. And all of a sudden, out of the clear blue sky, he decided enough is enough. And he made some announcement or something like that to some people and said, I am going to the gym. I am going to get out of this funk, and I am going to dominate in real estate. And that's the guy that I saw the pictures of, and we're interviewing him tomorrow. So beautiful. I don't want to do a whole lot and say, I said it was a year ago, but it was really December 23rd when he said it, one of those kind of things. I want the story from him, unadulterated, just straight from the source. So I'm looking forward to that one. But other than that, man, I am good. Got a full day planned. Got, like I said, probably 24 videos that I have to go record, and then hitting the road again. The woman that we interviewed not that long ago, that is the International Association of Home Staging Professionals.
Yes.
I am the marketing keynote at their convention coming up in 2 weeks from tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that. And then I'm looking forward to, I don't know if you know this or not, I get to see my buddy Mike Faraci here coming up really quickly, because I'm going to be out in Oceanside, California.
That's right. It's about an hour drive from my house. So I'm definitely going to be down there to support and bug you with anything I can figure out.
Do I need to send an Uber?
No, man, we're going to be okay.
Yeah,
I'm okay. Just had to get the car battery replaced. So we're starting up like it should. I had my neighbor. I know we talked about this a few weeks ago. My neighbor jumped me, and it held the charge for like 2 weeks. I was able to procrastinate on it and actually get a little bit of false hope that I wouldn't have to buy a new battery, because they're so damn much more expensive now than they used to be last time I bought one. But the thing just wouldn't turn over yesterday afternoon, so I had to get it taken care of.
I used to have that's a Texas word, by the way. Used to have. I used to have
one word.
A S63 AMG, one of my favorite cars I've ever owned. I've had about 4 of those. In Texas, we have to replace our batteries every 2 years. The heat, we have to replace our batteries every 2 years. So all of a sudden, one day, started having the same problems that you were talking about. Took it into the shop, talked to my service advisor, blah, 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 blah. I said, no problem, we got this. And that's when I found out, and I didn't realize this, that's when I found out that this car has 3 batteries.
No.
It has the battery for the starter, the battery for the accessories, and the battery for all, whatever it was, 23 onboard computers on this.
Lovely.
And you know how much batteries are now.
Oh, yeah.
Multiply that. And when he called and told me how much it was, I was like, dude, can't we just get like an interstate battery or something? He goes, these are interstate batteries. They're one of the only 2 manufacturers in the world. So that was something.
That's rough.
Ooh, something else.
Oh.
All right, we got to go.
All right, sounds good, brother. Thanks a lot. And for everybody watching and listening, thank you very much. And we'll see you next time.
Appreciate you.